Hi friends, welcome back to the Den for today's shave, which is brought to us by Williams Mug Soap. We're breaking out some old gear here. This is a Gillette Old Type pocket model. You can tell it's got the pins and it's got just the way it is, the whole thing. We're using an old strong set. Is it strong set or what is this? Yeah, strong set brush. This came from my grandmother's house. One of the things that we salvaged from the desk up in the upstairs bedroom before everything got taken away. How am I gonna use this? I have this cake. This is not old production. This is probably from the 80s. I'm just gonna drop it in the accumulator bowl here, and we'll just stir on this a little bit. Today's history isn't old history. It's 1908. Today is the anniversary of the introduction of Ford's Model. Oh dang it! Stop doing that. Ford's Model T. Kind of the big spark plug that really brought a lot of mobility and wonderfulness to the common man. And so today, in celebration of that, we're using a lot of shaving stuff that would have been available and used by common man in those days. This razor dates probably from, I don't know, 1907, something like that. Maybe not. This one, I looked up the serial number on this one. It dates from 1920, but they made the same model for several years, dating way back. It comes in they call it a pocket type because it comes in this neat little pocket-sized carrier. Now I could be wrong on that. I just took pictures of it and was looking at other things. Shave Emporium. I used their serial number chart just to see what came with it, and that's what I got. Williams soap is a terrifically slick soap. It's just a shame that it's gone now. Look how this is a really floppy badger brush, or boar brush. Not badger. I don't know where my mind is today. But we're suitable for lathering and doing good stuff. The Model T came out today in 1908 at $850, which is a princely sum, really, in 1908. But it has the distinction of being the first really mass-produced automobile designed for this, mass marketing. Over the course of its production, they made 27 million of them. I mean, that's a ton of Model Ts. They were just everywhere. And they got used for everything from trucks to, hot rods. Well, probably not in the hot rods in the manner that we kind of think of them now, because they only had 20 horsepower and maximum speed of maybe 45 miles an hour, which means you really didn't want to do much more than 40, 35 maybe, because the roads back then were just atrocious. Mostly, more suitable for horses and not necessarily the beautiful high-speed surfaces we have today. But they, even then, had a little bit, what it says up here, 177 cubic inch engine, 4 cylinders, getting, around 20 miles per gallon, 13 to 21, depending on the terrain and what you were doing. And they were pretty primitive, with an updraft carburetor. They didn't have a fuel pump, they were gravity fed. Crying out loud, I wish I knew how to turn the hose off. Now, you're thinking to yourself, Model T, what happened to all the other ones? Well, here we go. Here's the story. I'll give you the inside scoop on that. Model T wasn't the first car that Ford made. He started out with the Model A in 1903. And the B and the C and the D, he kept working his things up. None of them made a whole lot of them, but they did, produce some models that were not T's, until he hit on the Model T, which is a big commercial success, and it went into production for when? Years. To make that many of them. They were cranking them out daily. They were rugged, easy to work on, and like I said, they allowed a lot of our country to be the way it is. Allowed people to be mobile, move from city to city. Families, could be living in different places. For pity's sake. Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to deal with those squeals from my phone laying over here. So, Model T was in production for quite a while, until easily the mid-20s, 1928, Ford reintroduced, they started all over again, basically. They did a Model A again in 1928. And that one lasted until 1932, so they still had one product with a very long life cycle. Yeah, they could learn a lot from that. They're getting a new model every year, trying to come up with something different, something better. If we could work on one model and perfect it, like Volkswagens. But I'm not an automobile mogul. You gotta make a new product to make it sexy and people want a new one. What I am railing against is a $100,000 truck. But that's neither hither nor thither. These razors, this old razors with the locating pins and thing, can be a little aggressive. You gotta be careful with them. If you get one, they are good shavers, but there's a lot of aggression built into them. A lot of the older razors do have that. I have a couple of gem razors, which are quite a bit older technology, a little bit more rigid blade, and I'm afraid to use them. They gave me the worst flaying and the worst razor burn that I think I've ever had. And as a result of that, where I have them, I don't even have blades for them anymore. I got used to blades for that, Jim, for opening boxes and stripping paint. I don't even keep a blade in the cabinet for them, because I'm just afraid to use them. I'm sure that I probably could, but I have enough razors and enough blades. I don't think I need to worry too much about trying to introduce another style of razor into my rotation. We're doing pretty good though with this razor. Pretty good for what, 106-year-old razor? I'd say it's just fine. Could use a replate maybe, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it just the way it is. Let's rinse off and see how we did. I can tell you pretty much got a great shave. We'll see if there's any irritation. Alan will show us that. Yeah, we're good. This is, all right, we're kind of getting down on the Alan here, aren't we? Aftershave. What would be appropriate? Let's what do I got? Oh, yeah. Not this one. It's huge. To make it, I'll keep everything kind of period specific. Let's just use Pinaud Clubman. This came out in, what, 1890 something? This is a really old, and by the time this razor was made and they were using Williams soap, Clubman was deeply used in barbershops all over the United States by common people like you and me. Good stuff. So that's a great shave. Thank you so much for coming. We used Williams mug soap. We used a old Gillette pocket, pocket style or pocket model. And we finished up with Pinaud Clubman. Talked about old cars. It's kind of something near and dear to my heart. I like that kind of stuff. If we made it this far, thank you so much for watching the whole thing. I'm Major Rich. You find me at theshavingcontra.com. Made it here? Please like, subscribe if you're so inclined, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.